Jason Rona back here in the JConcepts garage with a brand new vlog episode. We got Spencer Rivkin's cars here in the garage today. He's one of the drivers we're going to talk about on our list of different events that we've ran the last couple months. First of all, we made the trip out to Hobby Action in Chandler, Arizona for the Roar Off-Road Nationals. Probably, in my opinion, one of the toughest races of the year, including the Worlds. This race I'd probably put second or third of the most difficult 10 scale races in all the world. And Spencer took the TQ and win in the two-wheel drive modified class. We worked extra hard in between our Summer Indoor Nationals and the Roar Nationals to come up with some tire compounds and some options that worked really well for the team. And Spencer was able to take a TQ and win in the two-wheel drive class, his first Roar national title in that class. And followed closely was Ryan Cavallari, who was right on Spencer's heels the entire time. They had a great race, went to A3, and Spencer got it done. So he was extremely excited on that win, and he really got another notch in the big race belt. You know, now he's got a world championship in two-wheel drive, he's got a Roar national championship, and he's got a Roar 1/8 scale national championship. So he's starting to rack up the big wins, and congrats to him in that class. And then we move over to Ryan Cavallari, who just keeps on winning, and did so over the weekend there at the Roar Nationals in the four-wheel drive modified class. Again, went down to the third A main between him and Dustin Evans. And Cav kind of did what he does so well and got a great start, held in there with the lead the entire time, and Dustin made a little mistake, and Cavallari got around him. So that was kind of the way that race kind of went. It was a quick main, 5 minutes, but everything on the line, and Cavallari pulled it off. Another win with the JConcepts tires, and obviously the full complement of accessories. We're really happy about those two wins. And then going into short course, we debuted a new tire, the Octagons for short course, and I believe we qualified first through third in that class between Ryan Cavallari, Spencer Rivkin, and Alex. And they did the top three qualifying, and they ended up finishing 1 and 2. Once again, went down to the third A main, and Cavallari outlasted the field there and took the victory in A3 to sew up another national championship for himself. So he did a great job there, and won 2 classes over the weekend. He ran 4, he won 2. Spencer won 1, and another great Roar Nationals for JConcepts. Probably our biggest Roar Nationals ever in terms of victories against the top of the line competition. I'd say that's probably a race that in two-wheel mods probably 40 deep, maybe 50 entry deep. Extremely tough competition from all around, and I was just happy to be there, get the win at a great facility there at Hobby Action, and Larry Tom putting on such a great event there for the crew. Anyway, moving on, we had another event locally to us that we wanted to talk about, was the Super Cup Championship Series. That was located at Beachline Raceway on the AstroTurf, and that was a great weekend there because a lot of guys had kind of worked on their setups. They got ready to go for running on the turf. You know, several years ago when we started, it was a brand new thing here in Florida to run on AstroTurf. Now guys are really starting to get that setup dialed in. Getting the cars are more specialized for that surface now. And there at the event, we had Lee Setzer taking the win in the two-wheel modified class. J.R. Mitch was the TQ, put in 2 great qualifiers, and ended up getting the TQ overall. But Lee Setzer took the main in four-wheel drive. Lee actually TQ'd four-wheel drive, and then JR won the main and four-wheel mod with the TLR 22.4 2.0. And then the two-wheel drive class, Lee Setzer, of course, running the B6.1, and great driving all weekend by Lee. Really ran a great conservative race. Didn't push too far. The AstroTurf's extremely sensitive to all and everything that can happen on the track. He ran a great main. And then we had AJ Marasco getting the job done in the 17.5 buggy class, which is one of the bigger classes. We got 3 different two-wheel drive classes. We got two-wheel drive modified, we got expert stock, we have independent stock, And in those 3 groups, everyone has a place to run. And in the expert stock class, AJ took his associated B6.1 again with the Trinity Power and the JConcepts tires, and took a TQ and win in that class. So it was a big victory for him, and he was happy to hold it down on his home turf there, so to speak. And he also got to debut a tire for us. New rear tire that we have coming for AstroTurfs called the Nessie, and new low profile, small carcass, extremely lightweight for the stock guys. And again, you can see the performance of it right away when he hit the track. And throughout the weekend, he was kind of the talk of the pits in that class. And then we had Ryan Harris winning the 13.5 four-wheel drive class, and Billy Bruce winning the 13.5 truck class. So great weekend there for JConcepts, really taking it down there at Beachline. Thanks to Robbie Michael. Great facility. If you ever get a chance, go over to Cocoa, hit up Beachline. You won't be disappointed. Sitting in front of us, what we have is Spencer Rivkin's cars straight off the track from the Turf Nationals in Enfield, Connecticut. This is the RC Madness, owned by Chris Marcy. It's a huge complex for RC. I think I counted once, there's about 8 tracks there total. This particular weekend we ran on the turf outdoor track, which is really unique. You don't see a lot of outdoor turf tracks, and when the weather's good, it's fantastic. It's the closest thing, in my opinion, to having a blue groove dirt track, but the thing's consistent all day. Man-made jumps with the carpet and AstroTurf, and that really works out well for the cars, and it's a great event. So again, Spencer Rivkin showed up, got the TQ and win in the 2-wheel drive class. We run a control tire there. We got the swagger fronts, the pin down rears on every vehicle in competition. We had about 250 entries this year for the 4th annual event, and once again Spencer TQ'd all 3 rounds of qualifying and then won the main and 2-wheel. It wasn't without competition. Alex K really pushed him hard all weekend. Alex actually led the 2-wheel main for a couple laps. Spencer got back by and won the overall. In 4-wheel drive, Alex was probably the fastest guy all weekend. I believe he TQ'd all 3 rounds of 4-wheel drive, and then in the mains he was leading, had an incident with a car in traffic, turn marshal, and made the race much closer. Spencer got within striking distance and got a move in there on the end, ended up taking the overall, and Spencer ended up with the 2 victories for the weekend. And he asked me if I want to take these cars back. I said absolutely. Not often you get a champion car here in the garage and straight off the track from the Turf Nats, and it's a really nice thing to have, because you can actually see how well prepared and accessorized these cars are. Of course, they have a lot of JConcepts items on them. That's why we're here. But at the same time, these really are associated B6.1, B64 vehicles, and they get the job done. So, had a great race there at RC Madness, and we look forward to going back. Coming up on the calendar, we have the Fall Indoor Nationals, which is at RC Excitement in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. We've been going there. It's got to be almost 10 years now that we've been going to RC Excitement with Todd Anderson, one of the best guys around, has a great shop there. Great indoor race. We have a lot of featured drivers coming in again. Spencer Rivkin. We got Team Yokomo coming in. We got TLR guys coming in. And we got a great turnout happening at that event. Also, we got the King of the Monster Trucks event that's going to be going on in Missouri. We're all gearing up for that. It's going to be a great event over at Vinyl Image Graphics. They're going to have indoor track in there for us for the monster trucks, and should be a great weekend. So appreciate you guys staying tuned here with JConcepts on the vlog. We're going to bring you some nice coverage here of these vehicles so you can see what's really going on with a top-of-the-line race car with JConcepts. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.